So, good afternoon, everyone. Today's topic is approach to a case of cataract. As you know, cataract is a very important topic for all of you, for theoretical as well as practically. प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम में कैटरेक्ट का केस आएगा ही आएगा, लॉन्ग केस है ना। तो कैटरेक्ट का थ्योरी और प्रैक्टिकली दोनों तुम्हें आना चाहिए, क्योंकि प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम में लॉन्ग केस होगा और उसका पूरा वाइवा होगा। सो इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक। आई थिंक तुम्हारी क्लास हो चुकी है कैटरेक्ट की, है ना। हम्म, हो गई क्या थ्योरी क्लास? Okay. So, before starting the cataract, you should know about the differential diagnosis of painless, gradually progressive diminution of vision. Because cataract is the one of the cause of painless, gradually progressive diminution of vision. It is the most important cause. Others are like primary open angle glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, corneal dystrophy and degeneration, ARMD, age-related macular degeneration and retinitis pigmentosa. Uh, these all are causes painless, gradually progressive diminution of vision. Now we come to the cataract, which is the most important cause of gradual progressive painless loss of vision. What is cataract? Anyone? बोलो, ये सामने लिखा हुआ है, बताओ क्यों हो जाती है? बाय, बोलो। So basically, in simple language, cataract is opacification of the natural crystalline lens, and opacity occurs. It may be congenital or it may be acquired. Opacity occurs due to the lens degeneration of the clear lens fiber. I will not go in detail because you have already read in theory. I will tell you in short. There are two types of cataract: etiological and morphological. Morphological classification includes five types of cataract: capsular, subcapsular, polar, cortical and nuclear. Capsular, subcapsular and polar cataract further divided into two types: anterior and posterior. Uh, and cortical cataract divided into two types: cuneiform cataract and cupuliform cataract. Etiological classification based on the different type of etiology. It mainly divided into two types: congenital and developmental cataract, and second is acquired cataract. In acquired cataract, there are multiple causes. Most common cause is senile cataract, which is age-related cataract and most commonly occur in worldwide. Second is traumatic cataract, which may be due to blunt trauma, penetrating injury, radiation injury, electric shock injury, infrared radiation, ultraviolet radiation, etc. Third one is complicated cataract, which may be associated with uveitis, retinitis pigmentosa. Other one is metabolic cataract, like in diabetes, Wilson disease. Cataract may be occur due to drugs like corticosteroid, miotics, and it may be associated with some syndrome like Marfan syndrome, Loeys syndrome, Down syndrome. So here we will discuss about senile cataract, which is the most important cataract, age-related cataract. एंड इन एग्जाम में भी जनरली तुम्हारा एज रिलेटेड कैटरेक्ट ही आता है ना, बाकी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड केसेस नहीं देते हैं। सो एज वी नो, कैटरेक्ट इज ओपेसिफिकेशन ऑफ लेंस. most of the uh, most of the patient age is more than 50 to 60 years, or we can say 70 years, or 90% of the individual develop senile cataract. It is usually bilateral, but it may be unilateral also, and when it is bilateral it is almost always asymmetrical. So before you have to diagnose cataract, you should know about the symptoms, which is most important. क्योंकि पेशेंट तुम्हारे पास आएगा तो वो क्या हिस्ट्री देता है, उससे भी एक आइडिया लगना चाहिए कि पेशेंट को क्या डिजीज हो सकती है ना। So, most important symptom is gradual, painless, progressive loss of vision. If a patient comes to you with complaint of sudden painful loss of vision, तो तुम कैटरेक्ट सस्पेक्ट करोगे उसमें, क्योंकि कैटरेक्ट में पेन नहीं होता, ये पता होना चाहिए, है ना। और सडन लॉस नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ओपेसिटी सडन डेवलप नहीं होती, धीरे धीरे डेवलप होती है। तो पेशेंट को हमेशा ये होगा कि धीरे धीरे दिखना कम हुआ। तो इस तरह से रूल आउट करना है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ चीफ कंप्लेंट। देन second most common symptoms is discomfort and glare. Glare means, anyone? बोलो। What is glare? Speak loudly. बोलो। Glare means intolerance to bright light. Patient is unable to open his eye when he go to the sunlight, and when some headlight from the oncoming vehicle. So it is basically intolerance to bright light. Then most commonly it occurs in the posterior subcapsular cataract and cortical cataract. Why? बताओ। Most commonly glare occur in posterior subcapsular cataract and in cortical cataract. Why? बोलो। Because in sunlight pupil become constricted, and posterior subcapsular cataract and cortical cataract involve central part of the lens. These two types of cataract involve the center part of posterior cortex और posterior capsule. तो जब pupil constrict हो जाएगी तो जो peripheral rays है वो तो सारी कट हो जाती है ना। तो peripheral से तो पेशेंट को कुछ विजिबल होता ही नहीं है, और जो सेंटर है उस सेंटर पोर्शन में कैटरेक्ट है, इसलिए पेशेंट को बहुत ज़्यादा ग्लेयर की प्रॉब्लम होती है ना सनलाइट में, और कोई भी हेडलाइट अगर किसी भी व्हीकल की आ रही है तो। ठीक है। मोस्ट कॉमन अकर इन पोस्टीरियर सबकैप्सुलर एंड कॉर्टिकल। देन यूनिओकुलर पोलियोपिया मीन्स doubling, tripling, and multiple images formation. Why? Because in cataract there is the formation of multiple opacities, so there is a variable refractive index of the lens occurs, which lead to the irregular refraction, and patient receive multiple images, which is known as uniocular polyopia. Then other most common symptom is colored halo. What is colored halo? What is the difference between glare and colored halo? बोलो, थोड़ा तेज बोलो ना। बोलो, किसी को आता है तो बताओ। स्टैंड अप एंड स्पीक। लाइट जो है वो ब्रेक हो जाती है। कलर्ड हेलो मीन्स ब्रेकिंग ऑफ वाइट लाइट इनटू कलरफुल स्पेक्ट्रम, है ना। जैसे पेशेंट बल्ब की साइड देखेगा तो उसको एक ऐसे वाइट लाइट नहीं दिखती, मल्टीपल कलरफुल लाइट्स दिखेंगी, है ना, उसे कहते हैं कलर्ड हेलो। सो कलर्ड हेलो और किस किस में मिलता है? व्हाट आर द अदर कॉजेज ऑफ कलर्ड हेलो? कंजक्टिवाइटिस, और एक और होता है जिसमें मिलता है, एक्यूट एंगल क्लोजर ग्लोकोमा, है ना। दीज आर द थ्री कॉजेज ऑफ कलर्ड हेलोज। ठीक है। इनको डिफ्रेंशिएट करने का भी एक टेस्ट होता है ना, वो तुम थ्योरी में पढ़ाएंगे तुम्हें। ठीक है। तो colored halos colored halo is the breaking of white light into the colorful spectrum because of the different or variable refractive index, and it is most commonly occur in nuclear cataract. Okay. Then other complaint is black spot in front of the eye. It means black spots in front of the eye because of the different multiple opacity in the lens, and second sight phenomena occur in the nuclear cataract. What is second sight phenomena? व्हाट इज सेकंड साइट? बोलो, इधर से आवाज आ रही है कुछ। हम्म। हाँ, कौन बोल रहा है? हाँ, बताओ। हाँ, तो क्यों क्लियर हो जाती है नियर विजन? तो रिफ्रैक्टिव पावर बढ़ने से क्या होगा? बेसिकली इसमें क्या होता है, बिकॉज इन द न्यूक्लियर कैटरेक्ट देयर इज न्यूक्लियर स्क्लेरोसिस अकर, ड्यू टू द न्यूक्लियर स्क्लेरोसिस रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ द लेंस इंक्रीज, so it lead to the index myopia. Okay, so distance vision deteriorate and the near vision improve. It is known as the second sight phenomena. It is occur in nuclear cataract. Okay, then last one is diminution of vision and blurring of vision. So diminution of vision and blurring of vision is different in different type of cataract. Like in cortical cataract, diminution of vision occur in dark, in dim light, and in daylight. Patient receive better vision. While in nuclear cataract, posterior subcapsular and polar cataract. In these cataract, visual prognosis is worst in daylight. Reason is same because in daylight pupil is constricted, so the peripheral rays is cut off, and vision is poor in daylight. While in cortical cataract, because the cataract is only at the periphery, so in dim light, visual prognosis is better in daylight. Okay, or in other language we can say in central opacity patients see better in dark light, and in peripheral opacity patients see better in daylight. Okay, so these all are the symptoms of कैटरेक्ट एंड जब भी पेशेंट की हिस्ट्री लेनी है तो ये सारे पॉइंट्स पूछने हैं पेशेंट को, है ना, कि उसको कलर ऐसे लाइट जो है वो कलरफुल लाइट तो नहीं दिखती है रात में। जब वैसे पेशेंट की कंप्लेन होती है कि जब मैं नाइट में ड्राइविंग करता हूँ तो मुझे बहुत दिक्कत होती है, आंखें खुल नहीं पाती है ना, इस टाइप की कंप्लेन होती है पेशेंट की। देन वी कम टू द साइंस। There are some tests which are very important to diagnose the sign of cataract. First is visual acuity. Visual acuity is very important because we should correlate the visual acuity with the grade of cataract. It depending upon the maturation of cataract, depending upon the location of cataract, visual acuity may vary from the 6/9 to CLPR. Okay. Then visual acuity कैसे चेक करेंगे? How will you check? Snellen chart से, है ना। Then second is depth of anterior chamber. It's very important because in some types of cataract like intumescent cataract and hypermature Morganian cataract, anterior chamber is shallow. Otherwise, in other cataract, anterior chamber is normal in depth. और नॉर्मल एंटीरियर चैम्बर डेप्थ कितनी होती है? नॉर्मल कितनी होती है एंटीरियर चैम्बर डेप्थ? 2.5 to 4. Okay, and third one is iris shadow. Iris shadow is a very important sign of immature senile cataract. It is only visible in immature cortical type of cataract. And how will you examine? What is iris shadow? बताओ। What is iris shadow? पीछे पीछे जो बैठे हैं वो सुन भी रहे हैं कि मैं क्या पूछ रही हूँ? क्या पूछ रही हूँ मैं, बताओ। स्टैंड अप। यू पीछे वाली लाइन में 4th नंबर आप खड़े हो। स्टैंड अप। व्हाट इज आयरिश शेडो? व्हाट इज आयरिश शेडो? नेक्स्ट, नेक्स्ट। आता है? बैठ जाओ। बताओ यहाँ से किसको आता है आयरिश शेडो? प्रैक्टिकल क्लास हुई है तुम्हारी? थ्योरी क्लास या प्रैक्टिकल कुछ भी नहीं हुआ अभी? तो थ्योरी में तो पढ़ा होगा ना? Okay, iris shadow is visible only in in immature cortical senile cataract. When we put a oblique light of beam on the pupillary area, then there is a formation of crescent shape shadow between the pupillary margin of the iris and the opacity of the lens, which is known as iris shadow. It is only visible in immature senile cataract. If the lens is completely transparent or completely opaque, then there is no formation of iris shadow occur. It is the most important differentiating feature between the immature and mature senile cataract. Okay. Then other sign is pupillary reflex, or we can say color of lens. On the basis of color of lens, you can identify the grade of cataract. On the basis of color of lens, there are five grades of nuclear cataract. Grade 1 is grayish white in color. Grade 2 is yellowish in color. Grade 3 is umber color. Grade 4 brown, and grade 5 is black color. In cortical immature cataract, color of lens is grayish white, and in mature cataract, color of lens is pearly white. In hypermature Morgagnian cataract, color of lens is milky white, and in hypermature sclerotic cataract, color of lens is dirty white. Okay, so on the basis of color, you can identify the type of cataract also. Last is distance direct ophthalmoscopy. It should be done at distance of 25 centimeter. You can see the black opacity against the red fundal glow. In case of incomplete cataract or partial cataract, in case of partial cataract or incomplete cataract, you see the multiple black opacity against the red fundal glow, while in complete cataractous lens there is no red glow, only black shadow is visible. So these are the tests which can help you to diagnose the case of cataract. This table shows the difference between these are the type of cortical cataract. Intumescent, incipient cataract. These two types are immature senile cataract, and mature hypermature Morgagnian, hypermature calcified. These three are the mature type of cortical cataract. So iris shadow is present only in intumescent and incipient cataract because these two are type of immature cortical senile cataract. And in mature hypermature cataract, iris shadow is absent. Now anterior chamber depth. Anterior chamber depth is shallow in intumescent cataract and hypermature Morgagnian cataract. Rest of the other cataract has normal anterior chamber depth. Why in intumescent cataract anterior chamber depth shallow? Because intumescent cataract means swollen of lens. So lens pushes the iris forward, and there is anterior chamber depth becomes shallow. Then comes to the pupillary reflex or color of lens. In intumescent and incipient cataract, color of lens is grayish white. जिसको बात करनी है वो बाहर चले जाइए. Mature cataract color is pearly white. Hypermature Morgagnian is milky white, and hypermature calcified is dirty white or milky chalky color. Visual acuity vary in intumescent cataract from 618 to finger counting. In incipient same. Mature cataract it vary from hand movement to finger counting close to face. In hypermature Morgagnian and hypermature calcified, visual acuity is hand movement or PLPR. So once you have diagnosed the case of cataract, then how will you work up the patient? So there are some points. First is you should do retinoscopy and best corrected visual acuity to see the visual status of the patient. Second is intraocular pressure, which is very important. What is the range of normal intraocular pressure? 11 to 21 mm, or we can say 10 to 21 mm Hg is the normal range of intraocular pressure. Okay. If the intraocular pressure is raised, then we should not operate the patient, because if we operate the patient with high intraocular pressure, then there may be chances of many intraop complications. So first we should control the intraocular pressure and then operate the patient. Next is slit lamp examination. Slit lamp examination is very important to rule out the any type of ocular infection, any type of ocular pathology, macular pathology, retinal pathology. So it's very important to examine the patient on slit lamp. Fundus examination by direct and indirect technique. Fundus examination is also very important because in some patients who have long history of diabetes and hypertension, then there may be chances of diabetic retinopathy changes and hypertensive retinopathy changes, and many other retinal pathology can be occur. So अगर किसी पेशेंट को कोई फंडस में पैथोलॉजी है और हमने उसको ऑपरेट कर दिया, तो नेक्स्ट डे उसका विजन नहीं आएगा, है ना। तो इस केस में हम या तो पेशेंट को पहले ही एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं, अगर हमने फंडस देखा हुआ है तो पेशेंट आपको कंप्लेन नहीं करेगा नेक्स्ट डे, या फिर हम उसकी सर्जरी को पोस्टपोन कर सकते हैं जब तक कि वो रेटिना का या अदर कोई भी पैथोलॉजी उसका ट्रीटमेंट नहीं लेता। तो फंडस एग्जामिनेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, but fundus is only visible when the cataract is immature. In mature cataract, you cannot see the fundus because cataract is total white. So how can you see the fundus? So in that case, macular function test and ultrasonography is useful uh, only in mature cataract. Then we come to the IOL power calculation, which is very important part. IOL power calculation include uh, two tests. One is A scan for the axial length measurement, and other one is keratometry for the curvature of cornea. So these are the points which is important for ocular examination. Then we come to the general examination to know the general condition of the patient. It include blood pressure, blood sugar. Blood pressure and blood sugar should be controlled during surgery. Complete hemogram, HIV, hepatitis B and hepatitis C examination is necessary, and other associated systemic disease if patient have, then you should taking history to the patient. Now come to the management. अच्छा आप बताओ, अगर कोई पेशेंट आता है जिसको इमेच्योर कैटरेक्ट है, इमेच्योर सनाइल कैटरेक्ट है, विजन उसकी 660 है, विद बेस्ट करेक्टेड विजुअल एक्यूटी 612 है, तो क्या करोगे, उसको कैसे मैनेज करोगे? हाउ विल यू मैनेज? बाकी एवरीथिंग इज नॉर्मल, इंट्राओकुलर प्रेशर इज नॉर्मल, नो अदर ओकुलर इन्फेक्शन, द पेशेंट बेसिकली फिट फॉर सर्जरी, देन हाउ विल यू ऑपरेट, हाउ विल यू मैनेज द पेशेंट, हाउ विल यू ट्रीट? अगर कोई पेशेंट आता है जिसका विजन अगर रिफ्रैक्शन से इम्प्रूव हो रहा है, तो उसको हम सीधा सर्जरी एडवाइस नहीं करते हैं, है ना। फर्स्ट वी प्रेस्क्राइब द स्पेक्टिकल्स, है ना, करेक्ट द रिफ्रैक्टिव एरर एंड प्रेस्क्राइब द ग्लासेस, एंड इफ पेशेंट इज कंफर्टेबल विद ग्लासेस देन नो नीड टू ऑपरेट, ओके। And advise we can advise dark glasses also for to prevent the glare, and rule out the other cause of visual diminution also. If the visual acuity is not to the patient satisfaction, if patient is not satisfied with his visual acuity, if his or her daily routine is hampered, then we should operate. अगर इमेच्योर सनाइल कैटरेक्ट है तो उसमें कौन सी सर्जरी पढ़ा दी तुम्हें अभी? नहीं पढ़ाई, ठीक है। So surgical technique, there are two types of cataract surgery: intracapsular cataract extraction and extracapsular cataract extraction, ICCE and ECCE. So what is the difference between ICCE and ECCE? ICCE, as the name suggests, in this technique there is removal of cataractous lens along with whole of the bag, anterior capsule and posterior capsule. So there is no support to put the IOL. This technique is obsolete now, and it is totally replaced by ECCE. In ECCE, there is we make an opening in the anterior capsule, remove the cataractous lens, and leave behind the posterior capsule intact. So there is always a support to put an IOL into the capsular bag. So extracapsular cataract resection is the surgery of choice nowadays. Okay, it is further divided into three types: conventional, small incision, cataract surgery, and phacoemulsification. Phaco is the surgery of choice nowadays. Conventional ECC is uh, obsolete now. It is only done in case of subluxated or complicated cataract. So what is the difference between conventional small incision and phacoemulsification surgery? These three surgery can be differentiated on the basis of site of incision, size of incision, and the suture. Conventional ECC we use suture, and small incision and phacoemulsification no suture needed. Okay, in conventional ECC, site of incision is limbus, and incision size is a 10 to 12 mm, which is a very bigger size of incision. So we have to put the suture. So it is not a self-sealing incision, so we have to put a suture, and there are more complication, post-op complication error which is related to suture. Patient discomfortable is more. Patient complaining of irritation due to the suture. There are chances of suture infection, and due to the bigger incision, there is more chances of astigmatism also. Visual recovery is poor as compared to small incision and phacoemulsification. So अभी कन्वेंशनल ईसीसी नहीं करते हैं, बहुत कम केसेस में जहाँ पे कॉम्प्लिकेशन लगता है या हमें कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता है फेको को, सिर्फ उन्हीं केसेस में हम कन्वेंशनल यूज करते हैं. देन स्मॉल इंसिजन कैटरेक्ट सर्जरी. Small incision and phacoemulsification both are sutureless surgery, self-sealing surgery. But there are some difference in two surgery. Small incision cataract surgery is manual surgery, while phaco surgery is machine-dependent surgery. स्मॉल इंसिजन कैटरेक्ट सर्जरी में जो इंसिजन साइट होती है वो होती है स्क्लेरोकॉर्नियल टनल. वी मेक अ स्क्लेरोकॉर्नियल टनल अराउंड 5 to 6 mm in size, which is lesser in than conventional ECC. So there is less chances of astigmatism, and visual prognosis is better than conventional ECC. But and what are the other advantages of a small incision? That it is cheaper. When we have to operate patient in bulk or in camp surgery, then we prefer small incision cataract surgery because it is not machine dependent, easy learning curve, and cheaper for patient also. But some disadvantages also occur, like there is more chances of hyphema next post op day 1. There is more chances of congestion because स्क्लेरा पे जब हम इंसिजन लगाते हैं तो वहाँ कंजक्टाइवल वेसल्स कट होती है, स्क्लेरा वेसल्स. तो नेक्स्ट डे जब पेशेंट आएगा तो पूरा कंजेशन दिखता है उसमें पूरे स्क्लेरा पे, और विजुअल रिकवरी भी पुअर होती है एज कम्पेयर टू फेको. बट जो इसका मेन एडवांटेज होता है स्मॉल इंसिजन कैटरेक्ट सर्जरी का, वो ये है कि from grade 1 to grade 5, any type of cataract, soft cataract, hard cataract, very hard cataract, you can perform small incision cataract surgery, but not phacoemulsification. Because in phacoemulsification, we use ultrasonic energy, uh, and in hard cataract, we have to use much high energy. So in case of phacoemulsification, there is more chances of corneal endothelial damage. तो नेक्स्ट पोस्ट ऑफ डे पे क्या होगा, पेशेंट का कॉर्नियल एडिमा मिलेगा, क्योंकि जितनी ज़्यादा एनर्जी यूज़ करेंगे एंडोथीलियल डैमेज होगा और कॉर्नियल एडिमा मिलेगा पेशेंट को. तो नेक्स्ट डे उसकी विजन अच्छी नहीं आएगी. इसलिए ये स्मॉल इंसिजन का बहुत बड़ा बेनिफिट है, और ये फेको का एक डिसएडवांटेज है. देन फेकोएमल्सिफिकेशन में जो इंसिजन साइट होती है वो होता है क्लियर कॉर्नियल इंसिजन. क्लियर कॉर्नियल इंसिजन होता है, इससे इसमें कंजेशन भी नहीं मिलता, क्योंकि कॉर्निया तो एवास्कुलर स्ट्रक्चर होती है. और सेकंड एडवांटेज इसका ये है कि इंसिजन का जो साइज होता है वो 2.8 to 3.2 mm होता है. तो एस्टिग्मेटिज्म के चांसेस भी बहुत कम होते हैं, होता है पर बहुत कम एस्टिग्मेटिज्म होता है. इसलिए फेको इज द सर्जरी ऑफ चॉइस नाउ अडेज. ओके, अदर Benefits are visual recovery good, astigmatism less, but disadvantage are it is a costly technique and लर्निंग कर्व भी इसका हाई होता है, और जहाँ बल्क में सर्जरी करनी होती है वहाँ हम फेको यूज़ नहीं कर सकते. So these all are the disadvantages of phacoemulsification. So it is all about the cataract examination and management. तो अब मुझे एक बताओ, अगर किसी पेशेंट को मैच्योर कैटरेक्ट है तो उसमें कौन सी सर्जरी एडवाइस करोगे? So a patient comes to you with a complaint of diminution of vision and his vision is hand movement, and on uh, uh, torchlight examination the color of lens is pearly white. Then what surgery would you advise to the patient? अभी तक जो मैंने पढ़ाया वो समझ आया या नहीं आया? अभी अभी मैंने बताया है कि मैच्योर कैटरेक्ट में कौन सी सर्जरी एडवाइस करेंगे. वी शुड एडवाइज स्मॉल इंसिजन कैटरेक्ट सर्जरी. ओके. टेको क्यों एडवाइस नहीं करेंगे, अब ये बताओ. कैटरेक्ट तो पढ़ लेना, ये तो एग्जाम में पूछेंगे ही पूछेंगे. ऐसे बैठे रहोगे ना तो एग्जाम में कुछ नहीं होगा. So this is all about examination and management. Okay.